Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Spark. Hope you're doing fantastic on today. I'm Coach David coming at you live, and I appreciate you being a part of this broadcast on today. Your being here definitely makes this better. I hope that you will, embrace what I have to share with you on today, that you will take it and that you will apply it to your life. And in doing so, I hope that you're able to, be everything you want to be, do everything you want to do, and have everything that you desire to have, because that is possible for you. And I want you to grab a hold of that. And I want you to take a hold of it and believe that and walk in that, knowing that whatever you desire to be, do, or have, you can do it. It's all in a state of mind, and it's watching yourself appreciate an understanding of how to move your life from one level to the next level to the next level. I'm super excited to share this with you on today. Today, I want to talk to you real quickly about the fulfillment formula. The fulfillment formula. All right. So here we go. Let's jump into it. Tell me what you desire to accomplish, what you desire to achieve, or what you desire to attain. Whatever it is, accomplish, achieve it, attain it. I am going to give you a simple formula to successfully realize it. Now, that's what I'm doing today. Now, I am not saying this is the only way, but this is a way. And if you will take hold of it and you begin to look at this and take the steps that I give you and begin to work them, great and wonderful things are going to come into your life. So let's get going. All right. All of these on today are going to start with an F, the fulfillment formula. There's four key things that I want to give you. Number one is focus. Number two is faith. Number three is function. And then number four is forget. So I could call it the fulfillment formula of F's if I desire to do so. So here's the thing about it. Anything that you desire to be, do, or have, anything you desire to accomplish, achieve, or attain, you can do it. You just have to understand how. And another part of that, which I'll talk about a little bit later, quit talking yourself out of the best. I watch people do this all the time. So we want to get through this and we want to walk through these steps. And I'm going to give you a couple of steps within each step, or principles and parameters that you can operate by that's going to help you. So let's get going. The focus state. Now that's the state really where you have to think. And a lot of people don't take the time to do this. So they're all over the place when it starts talking about attaining something or achieving something, or accomplishing something, because they don't take this time. In my honest opinion, I believe this is the starting point for anything that you desire. I think that you have to get to the focus state and really, really get it nailed down, because what it is a clear mental picture of the thing that you desire to accomplish, achieve, or attain. The critical part of this is taking the time to do it, to get that clear mental picture. And a lot of people kind of gloss over this state or kind of move right by it. And consequently, they haven't taken the time to have that clear mental picture of what they desire. So they don't really know how to nail it in there, if you will, and really stay with it. So we're going to work through that on today, and we're going to help you to become more focused. You need a clear and complete picture of what you desire. Now, you can choose whatever you want. And this is a part where I say, don't shrink away from it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Whatever you desire, listen to me closely. Whatever you desire, whatever you want to accomplish, whatever you'd like to achieve, whatever you would hope to attain, you can do it. Get the clear mental picture of it. And when you get that part where you really focus in and you get that clear mental picture, stay with it long term. This is something that I read and I think is so important. To achieve anything worthwhile, you must know what you desire, and you really must want it and intend to get it. I'm going to read that again. To achieve anything worthwhile, you must know what you desire. You must really want it and intend to get it. So the first F is the focus state, getting focused. And that is really the part where you've got to sit down and think. You really, really got to think this thing through and get it nailed down. All right. So once I've done that, now I can move to the second place of what I call the second F of faith. Faith is where you respond to that thing that you desire. What do you mean? Faith means this right here. I must believe that it is already mine. I must take a hold of it. Here's something that I learned a long time ago. You wouldn't have the capacity to imagine this, to see this, to have this thing come into your mind if it were not possible for you. So by virtue of the fact that you see this thing that you hope to accomplish, achieve, or attain, you're already moving in the right direction. Now you got to get that, what I call the responding state, or the corresponding state would even be better, of faith. Faith is saying this right here. Faith is saying, I know beyond any shadow of doubt, beyond any thought of fear, that this is mine. Now, I just said a key word there that I want to bring into focus, if you will. Fear. Fear is the opposite of faith, not doubt at all. Now, fear brings doubt, but fear is the lack of belief and trust. Faith is belief and trust. I believe and I trust that this is already mine. Now, when I get into fear, what begins to happen? I have a lack of belief and a lack of trust, which brings doubt as to this already being mine. So the opposite of your faith is fear. And you got to deal with the fear. See, fear holds you back. Fear is dangerous. Fear causes me not to even act, not to do anything. And because of that, I can't have anything come into my life if I'm not willing to act upon it. So I've got to deal with the fear, and I've got to get to faith. Now I got the clear mental picture. I know what it is I desire, but now I got to get in faith, knowing that I have already attained this thing. Well, somebody says, how can you say you've already attained it when you can't see it? Well, I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I will say this right here. You believe some things that, you have never seen. Like I share this all the time. You believe that you have a brain, but you've never held your brain in your hand. So if you can believe that you have a brain and you've never held your brain in your hand, you can believe also that this thing that you want to accomplish, this thing that you want to achieve, this thing that you want to attain, you can believe that that is already yours too. As a matter of fact, you're going to have to believe that it is already yours. That's one of the steps in the fulfillment formula, is to have faith, is to have the belief and the trust that is already mine. Now, this leads me to number 3, because I said it earlier. If I don't believe and if I don't trust, I won't act. What? Yes. And this leads to the third F of function. Function is the working state. It's the state where I get into action. It's the state where I do everything that I can to bring this about. Now, I'm not gonna compromise myself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna steal. But I'm gonna do everything that I can legally and morally do to bring this about. That is the functioning state. That is the working state. That is the action state. That's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to be sensitive to listen from directions from my inner self, because I know that I may get a direction to go to this place or to do this certain thing. I've got to be sensitive enough, because I know it's already mine, that I am going to come into the right place, meet the right people, be in the right situation. And sometimes it's not going to make sense to me. Now, here's the key thing about faith. Faith always does not make sense. It makes results. And so what I'm looking for is the results. I'm looking for the achievement. I'm looking for the accomplishment. I'm looking for the attainment. And sometimes as I'm going about doing those things that I'm supposed to be doing, it's not going to make sense. But I understand this right here. It doesn't have to. It's just got to make the results. And so I understand that if the time, in the proper place, I am going to bump into what is already mine. I've already covered that, I may not have it in my hand. I may not be able to see it in some kind of way, but I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, it is mine. And now I'm following through on the actions to bring it into my life. Boy, that's good. So now we've gone through understanding, getting that clear mental picture through focus. We understand that faith, that belief and trust that it is already mine. We understand that we're going to have to function. We're going to have to act. We're going to have to work at it. But the fourth one is so powerful that many people miss it. I've got to forget. What? I've got to accept that it is done. And so I don't keep wondering if it's going to occur. I know it's going to occur. And I don't sit around and wonder because, see, here's what happens. I said this earlier. People will talk themselves out of their very best situation because they sit around and ponder. And so, they sit around and think about it. They sit around and I wonder how it's going to be. They sit around and they like, can I really attain this? Can I really do this? Can I really have this? The truth of the matter, listen to me and listen plainly. The truth of the matter, if it is already yours, you don't have to keep going back wondering if it is yours. Because if you keep going back wondering if it is yours, you have messed up on step number 2, the faith step, because you don't really believe that it is yours. Now, I'm going to have to go back and listen to that myself of what I said, but I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I can forget it. It is a done deal. Now, that don't mean I forget about it as far as I don't ever think about it again. No. I am still walking in the confidence that it is mine and that it is already done. I like to put it like this, and I think you can grab a hold of this. In life, in the earth, you take a seed, let's take a normal seed, a cantaloupe seed, and you plant it in soil. Now, you don't know how, unless you're a scientist and you study this, you don't know how all the workings and everything of a seed, how that's going to produce a plant, how that's going to produce cantaloupe seeds. You don't understand all of that, but you don't have to. All you have to know is you got to get it in the right environment, which is the dirt. You get it in the right environment, and then things began to happen. And when those things began to happen, you are confident at a set time you're going to have cantaloupe. Well, in the Bible, one of the first principles in the Bible in Genesis 8 is called seed time and harvest. Now, I like to break that down. A lot of people put seed time and then they say harvest. I like to go seed, time, harvest. What do you mean? You take that seed and you put it in the right environment. Okay. Once you put the seed in the right environment, the next time it's going to be a space of time. And in that time, things are happening. You're meeting the people you need to meet. All of those resources that you need are gathering up and coming towards you. And then after that time, there is a harvest. That is the way it works in the earth. For a normal cantaloupe seed, that is the way it works in the earth for you and I. There is a time that we plant, there is a time that we wait, and then there is harvest. And when the harvest comes, that means I've accomplished it, I've achieved it, and I've attained it. There is no longer do I go back. Well, think about it like this. You don't go back and plant a cantaloupe seed in the ground, and then the next day you dig it up to see what's happening, then you cover it back up and you go away, and then 2 days later you say, okay, I'm not seeing nothing. You go dig it up again. It will never produce. That's what happens to us. A lot of times we go back and we ponder, how will this be? How is this going to happen? How is this going to come into my life? And in pondering that, we talk ourselves out of the very thing that we said we already have. See, I know this right here. When I have it, there is no need to talk about it anymore. Why? I forget it. It's done. It's no different with the things that you desire to accomplish, achieve, or attain. This formula, the fulfillment formula, will work if you work it. And I trust and believe that you are going to work it and you are going to see everything that you desire to accomplish, that you desire to achieve, and that you desire to attain. And what I want this to be for you, I want this to be one of those things that you can go back to over and over and over again as you're going through the steps and listening to this over and over and over again. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. And when you get off, hey, it's like I tell my kids a lot of times. I said, when you get off, the only thing you can do is get back on. And so when you miss it, that's okay. Go back and get it. These steps will produce for you if you will work the steps. I hope this helped you on today. If it is, do me a big favor and share this with someone. Listen, I appreciate you. You don't know how much I appreciate you being here and sharing with me on today. Listen to this. Remember this right here. Remember this because this is so important. I say this every week, but I really want you to hear what I'm saying. You are the architect of your life. That's right. You get to design it. You get to build it because you are going to live it. Use the fulfillment formula. And remember this right here. I'm Coach David. I believe in you. Yes, I do. And I will see you next week. You have a great one. Bye.